The Not So Fantastic Four. Hi everybody, I'm Babaloo, and I just went and saw the Fantastic Four, so that means I'm here to tell you guys about it. So the Fantastic Four stars Miles Teller as Reed Richards, Kate Mara as Susan Storm, Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm, Jamie Bell as Ben Grimm, and Toby Kebbell as Victor Von Doom. And it was directed by Josh Trank. We'll get to him in a minute. So the main character is Reed Richards. He's a really smart guy. He becomes friends with Ben Grimm, and together, well, somewhat together, they build a teleporting device that allows them to go into a different dimension. But they don't know it's a different dimension until they meet the Storm family, who for some reason just came and saw him at a random science fair. Mr. Storm, I guess I'll call him, is like this big, high, mighty scientific guy. And he was apparently just like, hey, let's go to a science fair today, because they didn't tell us how it happened. So he sees how special Reed is, so he wants to bring him into his program where they are trying to go into the other dimension. And they also recruit Victor Von Doom, who had previously worked on the project, but then was kicked out because... So they finally get this device working that can take him to the next dimension, but then the people tell them, oh, you can't go, we're gonna send somebody else. Reed, Victor, and Johnny end up drinking, and Reed has the fantastic idea. Fantastic. He has the fantastic idea to go there without the company's permission. So he calls up Ben to go with him because Ben's his best friend, so he wants to go with him. So they go to the ultimate dimension, Planet Zero as they call it, and bad stuff happens. They find this weird green energy stuff that Victor falls into and is presumed dead, and then they try to get back to the machine so they can get back to Earth, and here's where they get their powers. Because for some reason when they went back to Earth, they got powers. Johnny was on fire when that happened, so he became the Human Torch. Ben was being bombarded by rocks, so he became the Thing. And Reed became Elastic because... And Sue, who wasn't even there, got invisibility because... Yeah. So when they get back, Reed runs away and he wants to figure out a way to fix it, and the government gets the three others and they make them do jobs for them until they eventually find Reed. He helps them make another machine to go to Planet Zero so he can hopefully find a cure, but the team that goes there finds Victor. He is alive and they bring him back, and then he starts being all Dr. Doom. And he's bad, and then the good guys find him and then they win. Okay, so that's the plot. Before I go any farther, I just want to say one thing, that the kid who played young Ben Grimm, he needs glasses, because he spent the entire time just looking like... And it bothered me the entire time. I was like, give that kid some glasses and then we can come back to it. But that didn't happen. Now my favorite part of this movie was Jamie Bell as Ben Grimm. I wanted to see more of him, but unfortunately there wasn't a lot of him, because once Reed went to this institution, Ben was just cut out of the picture because, you know, he didn't go there. But I just wanted to see more of him because he was really good. And now what's bad about this movie? It is very slow. I kinda got bored at parts because just nothing was happening. It was not good. And this movie was basically just a big long build up to like a 5-minute fight. And it was really disappointing. And now we get back to the director, Josh Trank. Now a couple days ago he sent out a tweet that he eventually had to delete because of what it said. So reviews started coming up for Fantastic Four and they were not good at all. So Josh Trank thought it would be a good idea to send out a tweet, and this is what it was. A year ago I had a fantastic version of this and it would have received great reviews. You'll probably never see it. That's really tough. So that tells me two things. The first thing is that he ended up making a movie that he didn't believe in, which I just don't understand that. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, why are you doing it? And the second thing is that Fox, the company who produced this, decided to step in and change things. And that's not a good thing. Because whenever a big company steps in and thinks they know how to make a movie, we get this. And that's not good for anybody. Okay, so now I want to talk about Dr. Doom, and there might be a little bit spoilers here, so if you don't want any spoilers, click right here somewhere and it'll take you past the spoilers. Just click it and it'll take you past. Okay, give you a couple seconds to do it. Okay, I did not think it was a good idea for them to use Dr. Doom as the villain for the first movie, for a few reasons. Number one is, Dr. Doom is the big bad. He is like a major bad guy. You don't start out with your major bad guy. You have to build up to him. And this might not be fair, but I'm just gonna reference some Marvel movies that do that. Like with the Avengers movies, where they're building up to Thanos, who is the big bad guy. Or in the Thor movies, where they're building up to Ragnarok, which is a big, important story. You don't start with the big bad guy and then expect everything to just work out good. A, don't start with the big bad guy. Number 2, Doctor Doom is just so difficult to do in movies. He is a very comic booky villain. And so when they put him in the movies, they try to put a spin on him, and it just doesn't work. Because you're basically creating a whole different character and putting the name Doctor Doom on him, and that's not a good idea. And 3, they showed us that Doctor Doom is really powerful. So when he gets back to Earth and he escapes from his bonds, he starts just walking around the facility, and all he was doing was walking. He's using his sidekick powers to blow up people's heads. He is so powerful, he doesn't even have to do anything to kill anybody. He just has to walk and think. And then when it comes to fighting the Fantastic Four, does he use those amazing powers? No. He literally throws rocks at them. That is actually what he does. He uses his amazing powers to throw rocks. It's terrible. Okay, so with that all said and done, this movie gets my rating of it's okay. For me, it's kind of on the verge of terrible, and it's okay because it bored me. It was disappointing. There was a whole bunch of build-up for barely anything, and I was not happy with the villain. And I still don't like the fact that Miles Teller is Reed Richards. I just don't like it. So why don't you guys tell me what your most disappointing movie is? The kind of movie that you were so excited for, you really wanted it to be good, and then it just wasn't. Put it down in the comments and we can discuss. Now I can start looking forward to the next Fantastic Four reboot in 10 years from now. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. Now before you guys leave, why don't you go ahead and click on that subscribe button right there, right on the screen. Just click on it and then you can get notified anytime a new video comes out. Also on the screen here, I'm showing you a couple of my older videos. Just click right on them and they'll take you right to them. I really recommend you check them out. And also if you like this video, click that like button. And you guys can also follow me on all my social medias. I'm on Twitter @Babaloo. I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/Babaloo. I'm on Tumblr, Babaloo. Yeah, I know, I get really creative with my social media names. And finally, thank you guys for sticking around to the end, and thanks for watching.